I don't know where to start. We just ended one of the best shoots I ever had with any car, and it is together with my dad, who is a professional photographer for quite a while, and he is wanting to improve his skills regarding automotive photography. So since I own this car, he asked me if I was okay with it to shoot some photos. So we took it out and we shot here, and we started out with a normal photo and then took like a bright light around it, a long exposed shot, and then we came up with another idea to draw the silhouette of the car, and this shot turned out to be awesome. I can't wait to see what they look like. And one more thing is that he wanted to try and light the car with a flash and move the flash around. I've never seen this type of photography or car photography before, but you put together the best angles or the best reflections of the car in one photo. So I didn't even know that this existed, but the outcome is just brilliant. I haven't seen the final result, but I can tell you already that when putting some of the photos together, the result will be absolutely brilliant. By the way, this seems like we did something illegal, since we have no right to access with all of the signs that have been put up here, but we had the approval of the director of Font Belleval, so everything was okay. We even had the okay from the security of this building, so we did nothing illegal. So I don't know where to start really, because I tried out some new camera gear during the filming of actually this video, and the sound quality was very bad, and so pretty much none of the footage was really usable. So this is my second take on this video introduction, because I want to talk about the things I did to my 964 in the past weeks. Because yes, it has now been over 2 weeks that I've been working on this car with no satisfying result. Just let me show you. What I wanted to do is make this car as close to perfection as it can get. So first of all, I ordered new wheel nuts, fresh black wheel nuts, and I can't wait to put them on, because just let me show you how the old ones looked. You can tell that they have seen better days, and so I'm very keen to put these on there. It looks way more dialed in and finished. Then I had a problem with my side skirt because it wasn't properly attached, and yeah, when I took this out I found some broken studs under there which had to be glued back, but now it is more or less fixed and it is the way I want it to be. Oh, I almost forgot. What I also did was remove my rear wiper. Then the 3-point harness that I installed in the rear of the car. I was very lucky to already have the openings in the parcel shelf, so I only had to purchase the belts and get them installed, which was a pretty easy job. I showed you some footage about my starter. The first one I got wasn't the right one. I have to thank FVD for their support. They have been so reactive. A special thanks to Angelo and Arthur, who are really in contact with me all the time, and they supplied me with the right starter. They sent it yesterday via Express and it was in my mail already today. Removing the starter motor from in there was an absolute nightmare. The result is unfortunately that it hasn't changed anything whatsoever, because the noise it makes when the car starts is still there. I will just put the sound right here and then you can tell me what you think it is. What I also changed was the idle control motor. So I bought this one new from FVD as well. But again, I installed this one and the car stalled every time I changed gear. Every time. With the old one, it was only a matter of, well, once every 50 times when I got to a red light, but this was just unacceptable. My buddy Murray from Australia told me that it was probably due to another issue with my O2 sensor. But since I'm going on a trip with this car and my wife in a few days, I don't want to mess around with it too much now. So I put the old idle control motor back in and I took it for a drive and it is now working okay. Then I found a broken axle joint on the passenger side, and so obviously I had to replace this while I was at it, and this also turned out to be an absolute pain. Everything I seem to touch on this car now doesn't work out the way I want it to, so I just stopped working on it for now. Enjoy it, take it for a trip, and yeah. One more thing about the ride comfort. So in my early videos I mentioned that while I was driving the car home, the comfort was beyond perfection. It was very smooth, very comfortable. Even though the car was not driving in a straight line, it was very comfortable to drive on the motorway, on some B roads, in town, over bumps. So I had no problems with it whatsoever. And then I started to change some things on the suspension, like for example the stabilizers on the front and on the rear, and they are adjustable. When I installed them, I thought, well, I want to go with the stiffest setting. At the same time, I changed all of the bushes to some PU ones, so again, much stiffer, and I changed the steering arms from the normal Carrera 4 to an RS one, so again, stiffer. Then I put the correct tires on it, which are wider at the front and at the rear. So yeah, I changed a lot of parts of the suspension. The car, after my modifications, was driving way too stiff for my taste, and so I had to row back and think about what are the changes I had to make to get the car to its initial comfort. I played around with the tire pressure. I put both stabilizers on the softest setting, and I completely dialed back the stiffness of my suspension because it is a KW V3, and then took it for a spin and then change it up until a point where it's good for me. Now I think it is the perfect compromise between sportiness but also comfort, without it being scary to drive at high speeds. With my Mark II, I have like no problem taking it to 200, 220 on a German Autobahn, but with the Porsche, that was very scary, very scary. So everything above 180, I wasn't daring pushing the throttle anymore, because yeah, it was all over the place and I didn't want to ruin my car. I can't wait to take this car for the trip with my wife, finally take it to the mountains, and I hope that I can pick up some nice footage and share it with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.